Hey my amazing people, Hamza here and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a one-page website for free using Elementor and the Hello theme. And the one-page website we are going to create is going to look beautiful just like this. Everything will be created using the Elementor page builder and also the Hello theme, which is an Elementor theme that works really good with the Elementor page builder. I will show you how to create a logo like this, creating a navigation, adding sections like this, adding this kind of content. I'll show you how to even add this kind of entrance animations and literally have everything looking nice and beautiful like this. Adding a contact form as well, whereby your website visitors can write to you and ask you about whatever queries they have or requesting for more information. Basically, linking up to different social media platforms, adding a section like this that talks about you, the website owner, and obviously adding your location or address details on your website, and finally creating a footer that looks just like this. Our website will be 100% mobile and tablet friendly, and someone will be able to easily navigate through the different sections. For example, if someone clicks on the destinations, automatically they are taken to the destinations area. If someone wants to look at the pricings, automatically they are taken to the pricing section over right here. If they want to go straight to the contact form and they want to write to you, they will be taken straight to that section. So if this is the kind of video you've been looking forward to, just grab a cup of coffee. But before, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, please give it a like. Let's get started. Over right here, we have a blank WordPress installation. This is the homepage of the website, and if I'm to go right in the dashboard, I will go to the themes. I have already 2021 theme installed and activated, and when I go to the plugins area, we have 2 plugins installed and activated. But in this case, we are going to deactivate everything, and we will be installing only the plugins that we'll be using in this tutorial. So let's start with the theme. So when I come back here to appearance, themes, we are going to install our theme that we'll be using in this tutorial, and that is the Hello theme by Elementor. Shows up over here. I install, activate the theme. Now I have the Hello theme installed. Now when we go and preview our site, that's how it looks like currently. Next, we are going to install the other plugins that we'll be using. Obviously, we'll be using Elementor. So by coming here to plugins, I'll say add a new plugin. I'll search for Elementor, or I can simply just click over here. Since I have the Hello theme installed, automatically it recommends that you install the Elementor plugin. So I'll say install and then activate. We will need to install 2 other plugins. One is going to be our form plugin that we'll be using to collect emails of our website. Then we'll also need another plugin called the Envato Elements plugin that is going to help us to build some sections. For example, these sections you see over here, this section and these all other sections, before I customized them, they were all imported from Envato Elements. Then the form plugin will enable us to add this kind of a contact form on our website. So let's go back to plugins. We are going to say add a new plugin, and we will install the WPForms plugin. I'll install it and activate. Back to the plugins area once again. I'll search up for the Envato Elements plugin, which is over here. I'll install and activate this plugin as well. So to start off, we are going to create our navigation, which is this over here. Then we'll start creating our header, then as well we'll have our logo. So to do that, we are going to come over here to appearance, menus, and we are going to create our menu. I'll display it in the header. So our menu is going to have the home page, the about, destinations, pricing, and contact. But before we add the home page, since we are going to have the home page as a static page, and this will be the real home page of our website or the index page, so we have to create this page, and then later we'll be able to link up to different sections of our website. For example, if I want to go to the pricing, I just click on the pricing, and obviously I'm taken to this section or the packages and pricing, and then I can see what packages and the prices for whatever expedition you are going to do. Right, so if I want to go to the contact section, I just click over here to the contact and boom, I'm taken straight to the contact area. So to do that, let's start by creating our home page. Let me first save this. I'm going to come here to pages, all pages. We only have the default pages that come once you install WordPress. So we are going to say add a new page. I'll add my home page. So I'll say publish. Then I'll edit with Elementor. Once you say edit with Elementor, automatically you'll be taken into the Elementor editor. But I don't want to go into the Elementor editor for now. I still want to first go and finish up creating our menu. So I'll just come back here. I'll go to the Finder and search up for the menus, and I'll go straight to the menu section, which is over right here. I like the Finder option in Elementor. It enables you to navigate all over your WordPress website without making so many clicks. Now we have under the pages area, we have the page option, so I'll add that. Then we are going to add some custom links that will enable us to make this jumping to sections automatically. So let's start with the about custom link. Come to menus. I'll add a hashtag and then add the about. Over here, the link text will be about. I'll copy this, then I'll say add to menu. The next item in the menu is the destinations and pricing. I'll add pricing. I'll add contact as well. Looks good. So if you're questioning why I have to add this text with a hashtag instead of a URL, that's because we are not linking to specific pages on our website, but we are linking to specific sections on that same page. All right, I hope that makes sense. If you want to reorder any of these sections, you can simply just drag and drop whatever you want and you are good to go. So in this case, I'm going to simply save my menu. Next thing I have to do right now is to create a logo. There's so many options to create a logo out there. In this case, I created this logo using a free tool called freelogodesign.org. You can as well use Canva, you can as well use Photopea, which is a Photoshop replica, and you can easily import your PS AI files into this application online. But in this case, I use the freelogodesign.org. When I go into my logos section, you see I have my logos over right here. If you want to create a new logo, you simply just click over here, create a new logo, and then you can add, a name for the company, and it will help you to generate ideas for your logo. And then you can later on make changes, change the name, change the colors, or even change the icons of that logo. So I'm not going to go into the logo creation process, but ideally that's how you do create your logo for free online using free online tools. So I'll come back to my dashboard and I'll go straight to the customizer. So this will load up our theme customizer, and this is the Hello theme, obviously, where we can add our site identity, the homepage settings, and we can have a link to go to the header and footer editor or builder. So let me start with the site identity. Over here, I'll select my logo. So I'll upload my logo. I'll add an alternative text that helps screen readers and also the search engines to understand what this logo is all about. I'll skip cropping. So I'll add the site title, Expeditions. Tagline is travel and beyond. I'll add a site icon. The site icon is the icon that appears over right here in the browser tab. So I'll come over here, upload an icon. It's sometimes called a favicon. I automatically get a preview of how it will look like. So there I go. So I'll just skip the cropping. So let me say publish. Automatically now we have our site icon or the favicon showing up. Alright, so we are done with the site identity settings. We go to menus. We have already created our menu and assigned it to appear in the header. Now under the homepage settings, this enables us to display or throw a page on our homepage when someone visits our domain name. Automatically a page that is assigned as the static page will appear on our homepage, and that is our homepage. So by selecting static page, homepage, automatically we set that to be our homepage that we created together. So I'll publish. So once I publish, you see our logo is over right here. Only that it's in white and the background is white, so we can't see the logo. And over here we have our navigation. Let's exit the customizer and we'll go straight to create our header using the hello theme, and that takes me straight into the Elementor site settings. And over here I have so many options to choose from. I have the design system that I can decide to choose what kind of fonts and colors to use as my global fonts and global colors, the theme style including the typography, the settings which include the site settings. This is what we just did under the theme customizer, but as well we can do that over right here, so that's why you see that the changes also reflected right over there. Then as well as other settings like the lightbox and the layout settings, all that can be done over here. However, in this case we're interested in the header and the footer builder, so let's click over here on the header. We want to show the site logo, but we don't want to show the tagline. When you see over here we don't see a tagline, so we are going to disable that. So we don't want to show a tagline, we want to show the menu, which is this over here. If I disable that, the menu will disappear. So over right here we can choose a background type for our header, and in this case it's going to be a gradient, just like you see over right here. So let's come back here and we're going to choose background type, a gradient, and we're going to choose a gradient color. So in this case we're going to click over here and we're going to add our color code for the first color, and then we will as well add a color code for the second color, and the location here will be 30, and the location for the second color will be 91, and the angle is going to be 165. You see how that looks like. We are going to come back here to the color section and we are going to add these colors as our global colors, so we don't have to repeat adding the color codes. We'll just have to click over here on the globe icon and choose the color automatically. So I'm going to say add global color, and we're going to say dark blue. Create that. And as well for the second color, I'll add it as a global color, so I'll say our green. We are going to come over here to the site logo and we are going to get it to be 75 pixels, something like that. Our main menu, obviously here we'll select our menu is the menu, and it's going to be a horizontal menu, and the breakpoint will be on the tablet device. So the color over here for our menu is going to be white, and so I'm going to come over here, select our white color, and we're as well going to add it as a global color, so it's going to be white. Create, and then we are going to come over here on the toggle color, it will also be white. So in this case, since I've already added our white color on the global colors, I'll just simply now click on the globe and we have our white color. Okay, so in case when someone is viewing our website on a mobile device, the toggle icon color will be white in color. So typography, we're going to use a font face, and that font face is called Tajawal. So the font family is called Tajawal, and it's going to be having font weight of 900, and the font size will be around 25. If that's not too much, I think a 20 looks good, right? So I'll now simply update, and let's go and preview how this looks like. You see, now we have our logo and our navigation over right here. Okay, now let's go straight and create our footer. So we are going to come back here to our editor, to our site settings, and we go to the edit, to the footer option. So in the footer, as you see over right here on our first demo site, we have the copyright information, and then we have the company name and also the tagline over right there. So we will be showing the site logo, the tagline. We don't want to show the menu in the footer, and we want to show the copyright. So the background type for our footer is also going to be a gradient. So I'll just simply click over here on the background type, on the gradient icon. Now we'll just have to choose our color from the global option. So I'll just have to choose over here our dark blue, and the secondary color is going to be our green, and obviously the location here is 30, 91 and 165 for the angle, which is that. When we come over here on the site logo option, we don't want to show the logo, but we want to show the site title, which is this over here. And the color for the site title or the text color is going to be white, and the typography is going to be as well Tajawal. When I come over here on the tagline will as well be in white, and it will have our font face, which is Tajawal. For the copyright information, which you see over right here, is going to be our copyright symbol 2021. Add our pipe, all rights reserved. The text color will be our white color, and the typography obviously is going to be Tajawal, and the size will be A15. When we look at our footer over here, you realize that the copyright information is this other side, and the title and tagline are the other side, which is on the right hand side. So to do that, we're going to come back here to our editor, and we're going to come to the footer settings, and we are going to change the layout from default to be inverted. Now that will automatically switch this and move our site title and tagline on the right hand side and the copyright information on the left hand side. So let me update this, and we'll look into the preview. All right, looks beautiful, just like we wanted it to be. Same site settings, header and footer, and all our content right over there, just like you see over here on our demo site. So now we are done creating our header, our footer. Now we are going to head straight into creating our page sections. So to begin off, to create our page sections, just like you see these beautiful sections over here on our website, we are going to now use the other plugin that we installed, which is the Envato elements. And Envato makes really beautiful Elementor templates that you can easily import into your WordPress website, and some are free and some are premium. But in this case, we'll be using only the free templates, and we'll be able to import them into our website, and we'll be able as well to customize them to suit our need. So to get started, we are simply just going to come back over here to our editor. We are going to exit the settings or the site settings. Now we'll head over here to our pages, all pages, and we are going to open up our home page with the Elementor editor. Remember, we had installed our Envato Elements plugin, and once you install your Envato Elements plugin, you get this other option over here, which is the Envato icon. So when I click over there, now this will load up a pop-up from Envato. Now in this case, we are going to look up for the free kits, and in the category of travel and accommodation, and down below here is where I got my travel kit or the template that I'm using in this tutorial, and this is the one over here. So I simply said install kit, but before we install, I can simply show you a preview of what is in bundle or what is bundled in this kit. So you have this home template, this other over here, this as well, you have these as well, another home page too. So in case you are creating a full site that will also have the about page, the services page, you can easily just as well use these other templates for the about, the activities page, booking page in case you have a booking page, and also you have contact templates or contact page templates, just like you see over here, this as well. In this case, I only wanted to use certain sections from different pages, and I have them onto my home page, so I can create my one pager having literally everything. So when my site visitor comes, they can just simply click at one menu item, jump straight to that section, either write to me or find out what information they want without having to load to other pages on my website. Back here into our pop-up from the Envato Elements plugin, I'm going to simply install this kit. Now when I come over here to install kits, you see we have our kit showing up, which has 15 templates. So when I preview the installed kits, then I'll be able to insert the individual templates into my home page. In this case, I imported the home 3, insert this template. So it takes a couple of seconds to import the template into, or to insert the template into your home page. All right, so we have this template over here imported into our page. Then we are going to import another one. So when I come back over here to the Envato Elements icon under the installed kits, and I'm going to install this other kit over here. If you want to see what is bundled in that kit individually, I can click over here on that icon, then I can look into what is in that kit, just like you see over here. Or in case you are not happy with that specific kit, you can just simply go and browse to another kit, preview what is bundled in that kit, and then you are good to get started. So in this case, I'm going to install this one. So I'll insert a template and it will start importing into my page. Alright, so our second template is imported into our WordPress website. Now we are going to need to add another one, which will be the very last one. So I'll come over here to Envato, install kits, and I'm going to look up for the contact kit, which is this over here. So I'm going to say install, and I'll ignore the requirements because this requires that you have Elementor Pro, because it has some features that are from the Elementor Pro, like for example this form over right here. But don't worry about that. We are going to simply install or insert this template, and then later we'll basically customize everything to suit what we are having or what is running on our website. Alright, so our very last template has also imported into our website. So we are now going to remove all the sections that we don't need in this case. So when we look back over here, we have a few sections, and we are simply going to customize our homepage to suit exactly what we have over right here. So let me start off. When I come back here to our homepage, I go back up. We need this section. We need this. We need this as well. We need this section as well. We need this one as well. We need this section as well. And this section. So we don't need this. We don't need this. I'll delete it. I need this section. I don't need this section because I have it already up here. So I need this section. Let me see this other. I need this section as well down below here. I don't need this, so I delete that. I delete this as well. I also delete this, so I remain with this section. So I'm deleting the very last section. I don't need it, and that's how we achieve this. So first thing I'm going to do really quick is to add our map section or our map widget, which is this over here, into this empty section, because it didn't bring the carousel widget, which is also from Elementor Pro. Remember when we were installing, it told us actually there are some elements that are from Elementor Pro. Now once you import it without Elementor Pro, some of those sections or widgets won't show up over here. So to replace this with something that really fits this section, that would really fit this section, is a map. So I'll just come over here, look up for our map widget, add it over there. You can add your location, address, or whatever you want. I'll give it a view height of 90%. So back here to the top, we are going now to reorganize our sections to where we want them to be, and also hiding this title for the home page. To do that, we are going to simply come over here under site settings. We're going to say hide title, and the title is out now. So I'll update this, and we are going to preview this page. Right, so we have our hero section over here, having our background video, having everything. So make some little changes, just like you see over here. The background color will be changed to something different like this, and also we'll have to add a heading to some sections. We are going now to get started by first of all removing some sections. I can grab my navigator, and here it lists all the sections that I have on this website. So I'm going to come over here. This is the first section, which is the first hero section. So I'll call it hero 1. I can call this services, about, adventures, hero, which is this over here. And I'm also going to add a title for adventures. So I'm going to come down below here. I'm going to copy this heading, copy, come to my adventures section, which is this, and I'm going to add a section above here. It's going to be a 1-column section, and I'm going to paste my heading, and that heading is going to have under style, text color is going to have our dark blue, and you see how we achieve something like this. So I am going to remove the padding down below here in this section. So select the whole section, come to advanced, and I'm going to remove the top padding, and that's how we achieve something like that. Then we have a map where the destinations are located. An image map was added over here, and most of these sections were added using columns. So for example, there is an inner section over here, and that inner section has 1 column, 2 columns, and the 3rd column. And actually, when you look at the 3rd column, let me position my navigator over right here. When you look at the 3rd column, it's actually empty, but the 1st and 2nd column contain the divider in the 2nd column, which is pointing where this destination is, and the image for that destination appears over right here. The next inner section is this over here, with this destination with a divider as well showing up over here. And the very last inner section, it contains an image, which is this image, and a divider as well. Then lastly, there is another inner section which is just down below over here with the title. So if I come over here to the heading, I'm going to give it some more padding, like 28. Actually 58 would do best, so that this title is visible, and also some, a description of whatever is happening in this image map. Now we have to move this section. I want this section to come last, but before we move it, I'm going to add an image. So if you want to look into how you can upload high quality images on your website, which are lightweight as well, check out this tutorial up here in the card or in the description box below. So now I can insert my image. I'm going to come over here to style, and I'm going to make sure that the width of the image is 100%. So I can just scroll this slider, and there the image will take over the whole width of the image box. So I am going to center everything over here to be in the center. So I'll select this section and come to vertical align, and I'll say middle, so everything comes in the center of the section. Now I am going to move this section to the second last position of our website. So to do that, I'm going to select first of all the section. I'm going to give it a name, and I want to move that section to be the second last. So now we have our section here, and we have our location down below here. I feel like reducing the padding over right here, so I'm going to select this section, come to advanced, and I'm going to remove the top padding, and as well I'll remove the bottom padding because I don't want something like that. I simply want the footer to appear just right after the map. So I come back here to the editor, and I'll also remove the bottom padding. Let me update for now. Let's look into the preview. When I scroll down below there, you see that now we have our guide section and also our map section, and there is no padding at the top, and there is no padding at the bottom as well. We can make changes to anything over right here. For example, this text over here, we can just come back into our editor, select that section, and change the text to whatever text that you want to appear. You can as well make changes to whatever is added over here. This is an icon list. We can make changes to the icon colors, and even we can add more items over right there and add as many details as we want. Okay, so in this case, I don't want to go into that. Let's continue repositioning our sections. So in this case, I am going to reposition this section. There is this. The first section, I'm going to rename it to packages, package price. And this other section, I'll name this pricing. I'm going to move this to be at the top because it comes first, then this prices, just like you see over right here. Then as well, I'm going to add our gallery. The gallery is up here. I'll select it, rename gallery, and I'm going to move it to be just after the pricing section, which is this over here. So our gallery shows up. When I scroll through these sections, you realize that we have these images fixed. For example, this image here is fixed, and even this other image here is fixed. So how do you do that? We'll come back to our editor, I'm going to first of all work on this section, so I'll select a section and remove the top padding. I'll increase on the minimum height of that section, so I'll give it 70. I'm as well going to rename it, so I'll name it Adventure. It's actually going to be our contact section. I'll select the column because the image of this section is attached to the column, so I'll select the column. Under style for that column, I can come over here on the attachment and I'm going to set it to be fixed. So when I scroll, you see the image is fixed in one position. The same I'll do for this other section, which is our pricing section. I'll come to style, and this image over here is attached to the section itself, not the column like this other section. So attachment, I'll make it to be fixed. Now you see it's a fixed image. All right, so we need now to move this section to where it has to be. So this section is after the pricing section, is after the package prices. So I'll just simply click over, come back over here. I'm going to move our contact to down below here after the package prices. So once now I move down, you see it shows up over there. Maybe you questioning why are these icons not appearing. Most times when you import sections in Elementor, the icons tend to not show up in the preview, but when you click on that section, the icons will tend to show up, just like you see over right here. So we are going to add a background overlay to the column. So I'll select the column, come over here to style, obviously, background overlay, and we're going to add a gradient, and we'll select our color, which is blue, and also our green over here, and we'll increase a little bit the opacity of that color. There we go. I'll simply update for now. The question now could be that how did you add this form over here? We remember we added our forms plugin, which is the WPForms plugin, which is a free plugin. So we are going to come back over here to our customizer. We're going to exit. We are going to come to WPForms and we are going to add a new form, the GDPR contact form. I'll say user template. There we go. So we have the name field, the email fields, and everything showing up over here. If you are under settings, we can set the notifications where they are sent. The emails will be sent to the admin email. So the admin email, where is it found? When you come over here in your WordPress website, under settings, general settings, this is the admin email where all those emails will be sent that are coming from that contact form. However, you can add custom email addresses over here. For example, at yourgmail.com. For example, gotechug@gmail.com, something like that, and then you save. So every other time I receive an email, it will go to the admin email as well as to my Gmail. So you can as well make changes to the subject line. So for example, new entry from Ham Expeditions. You are good to go. So in this case, I'll simply just save. For the confirmations, the confirmation message will be like, thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch with you. That is when someone sends the email, and you can decide to show a page once someone has submitted an email, so you can redirect them to a specific page, or you can simply go to a specific URL on the internet, so you can just add that URL down below here. In this case, I want to simply show a confirmation message, so I'll save this. Now I'll come back into my Elementor editor, I'll reload this. I'll head straight to our contact section, which is this over here. So I'll come here to my widgets area and I'll look up for the WPForms widget. I'll drag it to our section. And here I have the option to choose the form, which is the GDPR contact form. There I go. So now I have to make some styling so that everything here appears, especially for this text. And I'm going to come here to the hamburger icon. I'm going to come to site settings. Under site settings, there's something called form fields. And under the form fields, then I can make some changes. For example, the label color, it has to be white. See how that changes automatically. And we can change the typography to our font face that we want. For example, Tajawal. You see that now also changes to reflect the the font face that we want. Now when someone types in over here, we can as well choose how this font appears in right here in the form field, but I want to leave that on the default. So now what I'm going to do is simply update this, and I'm going to simply just exit this. Right, so I am now going to go to the home page directly so that we can test up our contact form that we just set up on the website. So to do that, I'm going to now come straight to the contact form, which is right here. So I'll just add my name and then my email address, and I'll say testing this form. So I'll submit. Take note of the message that appears. Thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch again. This is what I showed you under the message box in the contact form 7 plugin settings of what shows up once the form is submitted. So this is the message. Now I am going to go into my email inbox. Remember, we added another email, which is my Gmail address as well. So we want to see if that email has been sent from my website. A new entry from Ham Expedition form. When I open that email, you see it's coming from this email, and this is the person who sent the email, and this is the email address of that person, and this is what they said they're testing the form. So that's how you successfully add a contact form on one of these sections, and you'll be able to collect some feedback from your website visitors. Right, so now that we know that we can have our emails come through straight into our inbox from our website, let's continue with our website customization. And I'll head straight back into my Elementor editor. So I am having to actually make some changes on the colors. Color over here is going to be our global dark blue, but it's going to have a transparent version, something like this. Right, so I'll copy the same color code. I'm going to use it somewhere else, and it's going to be on this section here. Select the section, come to style. I'll just now paste that color code. Same for this over here. We can as well do it for the image boxes. Copy and paste the style. Paste the same style for this. Alright, so the other thing we have to look into is if you want to customize this section, you just simply select a section. If you want to change the video in the background, you can just paste another YouTube link over here. You can specify the start time for the video and the end time as well, and then you can either choose to play once. If you check this, it will only play once, but if you don't check it, it will keep playing over and over again. So you can as well choose it to play on mobile. So for example, in this case, it's not supposed to play on mobile, and that means it will show the fallback image on mobile devices. So if we are happy with our sections and the changes, like I've shown you can make changes to any of these sections. You can link them to anything else. You can replace the text, you can edit, you can move the sections all over. And once you are done making your changes, now let's try to link up these sections to our navigation. So this is the main hero section, and we are going to make this to be the about section. So when we select this, we are going to link it to the about. So under advanced CSS ID, it's going to be about, and these all will be falling under about. Then here we will have adventures. This section will be for destinations, so select it under advanced, add destinations. Right, so this section will be for pricing, so under advanced CSS ID, the pricing. For the adventures, this section is going to be the contact section, so contact. That's it for now. So we have linked all the sections on our website. Now let's go and test how this will work like. So by updating, come to the live page, reload. Now watch, when I click on about, boom, automatically I'm taken to the about section. And when I click on destinations, boom, I'm taken to the destinations section. And when I click on the pricing, I should be taken to the pricing section. The packages and the prices. And obviously when someone wants to jump straight to the contact section, all right, so they are brought straight to the contact section. So maybe you have a question, how do these social media icons work? These are actually linking up to the specific social media platforms you use, like your Facebook account, your Twitter account, and you can simply add links to those specific platforms. When you come back here to the section, click on the social media icons, and over here you can add social media platform and URL. For example, mine is facebook.com/GoTechUG. For Twitter, it's twitter.com/GoTechUG. And I can choose to open that up in a new window, just like it has already been set, and also choosing which icons you are using, or you want as well to use the official color or even custom colors for the icons appearing over here. So that's basically how you can link up to the different social media platforms. You can even remove other platforms that you don't need. You can add other platforms that you need by looking up over here an icon in the icons library. For example, you can add Twitch. If you are on Twitch, insert the icon and you can add your link to your Twitch account over here. That's it for now. Maybe what we can look into are the responsive settings. So when I click over here on the responsive mode, automatically I'm brought over here. So when I select mobile, actually the tablet device, here it will show you your website on a tablet-like device. Like I told you earlier, we had set our toggle icon to be in white color, and since like we had imported these sections from Envato, most of them are responsive, like perfectly responsive. And that's one thing I really love about the Envato elements. They've really put in some work to make sure that most of these things are looking really great on different devices. For now, I want to look into our form that we added. You see how it looks like. So we can add some padding by selecting the form, come to advanced, and we're going to unlink, and we add some padding of 30 on the right and 30 on the left, something like that. We're going to move the spacing top and bottom. We had removed it on the desktop, but now we are removing it as well on the tablet device. Let me as well go to the mobile device for the same section. So the form looks great. For this other section here, we also want to remove that padding at the bottom because we want the map to touch exactly on the footer. I'm going to select the section. I will come here to the bottom of that section and I'll remove the 2, which is the EM, and now we have 0 padding down below there. Right, so everything looks so far so good. So we have worked on our responsive settings. I've shown you how to edit your sections, make custom changes, add text, add images, and literally now you have an idea on how you can create a free one-page website using the Hello theme and Elementor, using literally everything for free. So before you close up, make sure that you hit this green button over here so that you update and save your changes. And now we are going to come over here on our website and we look at how far we have come. So this is what we had before when we had just created our header and the footer. And now let's try to reload this page. When I click over here on our logo, it will automatically load up our website, and that's how it looks like currently. We have our video auto playing on the desktop. We have our sections over here. We made changes to the color. You can as well make changes to the icons. You can make changes to the content over here. We added a new heading over here, more sections over right here, the map for the destinations, and also these other sections over here. I showed you also how to add fixed images, like a parallax kind of effect over here. Also, we have our gallery, our images appearing up in the lightbox, and literally also showed you how to add our form or linking up to your social media platforms, adding all these other sections. Maybe you have a question, how do you add these animations that float into the website? So to do that, you simply just, for example, come over here to your Elementor website. I'm going to go back here to the desktop, and for example, if I go to the very last section, which is this over here, and I select this widget and I come to advanced, under motion effects, that's where you can add entrance animations. For example, this is a fade up. You can make it to be a fade in right, so it comes in from the right hand side. You can make it to be a fade in, but we want it to stay a fade up, and that's what has been applied to all the other sections that you see that are floating in. So I'm explaining this simply because we just imported everything from Envato, and maybe you have a question how something has been done. So for the case of the NPS animations, that's how they have been applied to most of these sections. Anyway, that's it all for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this tutorial, please give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. If you have a request or questions regarding this same tutorial, let me know down in the comment box below. Otherwise, see you in the next video, and goodbye.